All right, we're here today at Amelco Electric, sitting with Jarret Stewart. Jarret and I met, in 2000, right? You just started here?
Yeah.
And one of my job sites was one of your first?
Yeah.
And we got along pretty good. I remember we gave you a nickname, and what was that? Junior. Junior. And how long did that stick?
Oh, for quite a while.
Okay. So, Amelco specializes in what type of electrical work?
So we do everything from residential to commercial to multifamily. So we pretty much handle any aspect of the electrical industry, so which is good. So yeah, residential is probably probably about a third of our business, and then so it's split up pretty evenly between everything.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, so I've been using Amelco since about 1994, and there's been several owners that have since retired, but I was friends with all those guys too, and now I'm friends with you still.
Yeah, still, yeah. Yeah, 24 years later.
24 years later, and I still like you.
Yeah, no, and
What's
we
up
like
with
you
that?
as well. I don't know. Yeah.
So your son is now working with you.
Yeah.
And I was on a job site, and sure enough, I was like, hey, are you Jarret's son?
Yeah.
And so he's 19 and just started working with you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So how many residential homes do you guys do now a year?
We probably do around 400 to 500.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're, as far as the residential aspect, you guys do a pretty big market in Calgary.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So also, commercial, and you guys did some condo sites for me as well.
Yep.
So multifamily.
Yep.
So everything's been great with you guys, and you build and build and build. You run what aspect of the company now?
So I basically look after all the single family, some row housing projects, and then the custom home side as well. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah, we've started over probably the last 7 or 8 years really doing more custom homes than we'd ever done before as well.
Yeah.
Which is nice. We do everything from your starter home to a $8 million house. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything you want to tell us about your company?
Yeah, I mean, we've been around for 40 years. We started in 1983. There's been a few owner transitions since then, and it's kind of grown since then. We've fluctuated from, I think the most we ever had was about 350 employees.
Yeah.
I think currently today we have 180 some.
Yeah.
So and we kind of handle everything. We've had lots of long-term relationships with some of our customers.
Right.
I mean, most of our major ones we've worked for 25, 30 years.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And I'm one of them.
And you are one of them, yeah, for a long time.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we got to sit down today.
Yeah.
It's really important for me to have long-term quality relationships with the suppliers that I use, and I can count on the fact that I always get the best product and the best service. So I want to have a look at your warehouse, and you can kind of show me some of that stuff if you don't mind.
Yeah, for sure. Let's do it.
All right, Jarret.
All right. Thanks, Scott.
Thank you. All right, so we're in the back here. Jarret, this is the big warehouse. We got all kinds of stuff. So a couple of things that I've always been a real stickler about, and you guys have always been great at, is making sure that the panels, the wiring in the house, everything is neat and tidy. So why is that?
We stress pretty hard to the guys to keep things neat. In my opinion, I think that's what makes you a good electrician, is making sure it looks like it was professionally done. So the guys, a panel's a big one because the mechanical room is what everybody sees.
Right.
You know, but even behind the drywall, I tell the guys, make sure it looks neat. That's how you keep your job. And, you know, it's an important part of it, you know, to do the job properly. It is to make it look neat.
Well, it's a huge thing to me because people are counting on us to do a great job. And if the panel looks like it's a spider's web, well, what's behind the walls?
Exactly.
Okay. So you got a couple breakers in.
Yeah.
Some of the changes that have happened over the years. This is starting to get to be a bit old, but you've got something.
Yeah. So yeah, traditionally you had the arc faults all came in a single arc fault. Okay. This one's one that actually connects to the neutral bar. It doesn't have the pigtail like this. But the biggest change now with this is the new one is now you can actually get a twin. So we can get basically 2 arc fault breakers in a 1 breaker slot, which allows us to use smaller panels rather than having to have a larger panel in your mechanical room.
So really, so what people need to understand is that your panels are always limited with the number of breakers you can put in. But when you have, in essence, 2 positions in 1 spot, you reduce the size that you require. Because in some big houses, you might have to have 2 or 3 of these panels to accommodate, correct?
Exactly, yeah, correct. Yeah, so it helps us reduce the size and the amount of panels in these mechanical rooms.
All right, awesome. Well, that's a great new innovation.
Yeah.
So it's just a big part. I want everybody to know about Amelco, that the quality of work is excellent, and it's very important to me, and it should be important to you as well. So, all right, anything else you got to say about changes?
No, I think that's it.
Yeah,
that's kind of the biggest one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. Now we'll have a look around here, see what they got.